Have you ever wondered how a single author could take over both the bestsellers list and Hollywood at the same time? Today, we're diving into the world of Colleen Hoover, one of the most talked about authors of our generation, and exploring how her books are making the leap from page to screen, from the emotional depths of Regretting You to the dark twist of Verity and the fan food buzz around Maybe Someday. We're breaking down the latest adaptation news, fan reactions, and what makes these stories irresistible to readers and filmmakers alike. Whether you are a die-hard CoHo fan or just curious about the hype, stick around because the story behind these adaptations is just as dramatic as the books themselves. Let's start with the big picture. Colleen Hoover novels have exploded into popularity over the past few years, especially among young adult and romance readers. Platforms like Book Talk have played a huge role with fans sharing emotional reactions, favorite quotes, and even dream casting choices. This viral energy hasn't gone unnoticed by Hollywood studios, are scrambling to secure the rights to her book, hoping to tap into her massive built-in audience. So far, we've seen several adaptations in the works. It Ends With Us, starring Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, hit theaters in 2024, but now this movie can be found on Netflix. Regretting You, with a powerhouse cast, is set to release October 2025. Verity, a psychological thriller, is currently in production with Anne Hathaway and Dakota Johnson. And let's not forget Confess, which was adapted as a TV series back in 2017, which you can find on Amazon Prime. It is clear Colleen Hoover's stories aren't just dominating bookstores, they are becoming a major force in film and television. Zoom in on the adaptation everyone is talking about, Regretting You. Regretting You is my favorite Colleen Hoover book. I do have a full review of this book on my channel, and I will link it in the description. Regretting You, Paramount Pictures has wrapped production, and the movie is scheduled to release on October 24th, 2025. The cast is stacked. Allison Williams plays Morgan Grant. McKenna Grace is her daughter Clara, with Dave Franco, Mason Tim, and Willa Fitzgerald rounding out the ensemble. Directing is Josh Boone, best known for The Fault in Our Stars. So, you know he's got experience with emotional characters driven stories. The plot centers around Morgan and Clara navigating the aftermath of family tragedy, uncovering secrets, and learning to forgive. It's a story about grief, love, and the complicated bond between mother and daughter. Now let's talk about fan reactions. There's tons of excitement about seeing this beloved book on screen. Fans are especially thrilled about the casting. Many say Allison Williams and McKenna Grace are perfect for their roles. And there's a lot of trust in Josh Boone to handle the sensitive material. But it's not all smooth sailing. Some readers are worried. Will the film stay true to the heart of the novel? Will it capture the emotional depth and nuanced relationships that made the book so powerful? There's always a risk that Hollywood adaptations might oversimplify or change key plot points. Still, the overall mood is optimistic. The industry is finally talking contemporary romance and family drama seriously, and fans are eager to see how the story translates to the big screen. If the adaptation nails emotional authenticity, it could be a standout in the genre. Now, switch gears to Verity, the adaptation that's turning heads for all the right reasons. Unlike Hoover's other works, Verity is a psychological thriller packed with suspense and unreliable narration and jaw-dropping twist. This isn't your typical romance. Amazon MGM Studios is producing with Michael Showalter in the director's chair. The cast: Anne Hathaway as Verity, Dakota Johnson as Lowen Ashley, and Josh Hartnett as Jeremy Crawford. That's serious star power, and it's drawing attention from both fans and critics. So what makes Verity stand out? First, the genre shift. By moving into thriller territory, this adaptation is set to attract a wider audience, not just romance fans, but anyone who loves a good mystery. Second, the infamous plot for its shocking reveal and morally gray characters, which should make a gripping cinematic experience. There's also a lot of buzz about how the film handles the book's darker themes and controversial moments. Fans are eager and a little nervous to see if the adaptation will stay true to the book's intensity, twisty vibe. With a high-profile cast and director known for emotional depth and stories that keep you guessing until the last page, Verity could be the adaptation that puts Colleen Hoover on the map for a whole new audience. But what about maybe someday? Fun fact, this was the first Colleen Hoover book that I read. I do have a review of the entire series up on my channel, and I will link it in the description. Despite its popularity, there's no official film or TV adaptation, at least not yet. This has left fans both hopeful and frustrated. On one hand, maybe someday, as a dedicated fan base who love its unique blend of romance and music. The story soundtrack is woven directly into the plot, which makes for a really interesting and challenging adaptation. On the other hand, some readers have mixed feelings about the characters and certain plot choices which might make studios hesitant. There have been rumors and wish lists, but so far nothing official. Still, given the ongoing demand and the success of other Hoover adaptations, maybe someday could very well be the next in line. If it does get picked up, fans will be watching closely to see how filmmakers handle the novel's musical element and emotional complexity. One thing is clear, none of these adaptations would be happening without the power of the fan community. Platforms like Book Talk, Instagram, and Reddit are driving the conversation, with fans sharing casting ideas, plots, theories, and even starting petitions to get their favorite books adapted. The level of engagement has a real impact. Studios are paying attention to what fans want And authors like Colleen Hoover are often in the adaptation process to help ensure the final product stays true to the source material. It's not just about making a movie, it's about building a community. Fans are shaping the narrative, influencing casting decisions, and holding filmmakers accountable for faithfulness to the book. In today's world, the line between creator and the audience is blurrier than ever, and that's fueling the excitement around these projects. So what does this all mean for the future? Hollywood's interest in Colleen Hoover is part of a larger trend. Studios are looking for stories with built-in audiences, emotional depth, and the potential spark of conversation both online and off. The key to a successful adaptation, staying true to the emotional core of the book while embracing the possibilities of film. That means honoring the characters, the relationship, and the themes that made readers fall in love in the first place. Looking ahead, we can expect more Hoover novels making their way to the screen. With the success of It Ends With Us, the anticipation of Regretting You, and the buzz around Verity, it's only a matter of time before other titles like Maybe Someday get their Hollywood moment. I would like to see not just Colleen Hoover turn her books into movies. I would like her to get back to writing actual books. She hasn't wrote a new book since It Starts With Us, and I miss her writing. Yes, there's some Colleen Hoover books that I haven't read yet, but I want her to get back to writing. So what do you think? Are you excited for the upcoming adaptations? Which Colleen Hoover books do you want to see on the big screen? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I like to hear your take. I will link all my Colleen Hoover reviews in the description box. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming content. Remember, I'm always thinking of you, sending my love, and bye for now.